I keep my ear to the streets. Like, I'm aware of every single artist in every region doing what. Like, I'm one of those type of people that really sit around and like search these sites and look for new artists.
So the streets are saying that Missy Elliott probably knows what happened to Aaliyah, and allegedly one person who may have more details on that is Rah Digga, because like I keep my ear to the streets. Like I'm aware of every single artist, in every region doing what. Like, I'm one of those type of people that really sit around and like search these sites and look for new artists. We know that Rah Digga and Missy Elliott have collaborated on various tracks, including the song Queens with Mary J. Blige, and Missy is also credited with helping Rah Digga's career. While Rah Digga and Aaliyah did not collaborate directly, they were part of the same musical landscape and era, with both artists being closely connected to Missy Elliott's circle. So if there's someone who possibly has an inside scoop, it's her. The thing is, for years, rumors have swirled that Missy Elliott and Aaliyah's relationship wasn't as picture-perfect as it seemed, or at least the way Missy Elliott makes it look. Apparently, behind the smiles in the music videos, there were whispers of tension, and some say industry politics and personal disagreements started to creep in once they started working together. Others even believe that as Aaliyah's star began to rise higher and higher, distance naturally formed between her and Missy. Well, now fans are starting to piece together little clues. The lack of collaborations before Leah's passing, the subtle gaps in interviews, and the way neither of them publicly addressed the supposed strain at the time. This left people wondering, did these two icons really part ways on bad terms? And is it possible that Missy knows a little bit more info about what really happened to Aaliyah? But then there's something else that has always come up about these two. Rumor has it that Missy allegedly wanted to be more than just friends, or rather sisters with Aaliyah, and I don't know what this has to do with her supposedly knowing what happened to Aaliyah, but the streets are at it again. Okay, just for a bit of background, Aaliyah met Missy during the creation of her sophomore album, 1 in a Million, which was released in 1996. In fact, more than half of the songs on that album were written by Missy Elliott, including the smash singles If Your Girl Only Knew, 4-Page Letter, Hot Like Fire, and 1 in a Million. Missy and Aaliyah actually worked together up until her death, with Missy writing one of her last songs in 2001. I Care For You, from her third self-titled album, one that Aaliyah herself said was really close to her heart. You know, this album, I'm very happy with this album because I feel like it's really Aaliyah, which is why I wanted to self-title this one. It's very different. It's a bit grown up. I'm a young adult now, and I think that really comes through in this album. I've grown. This one is really me in totality. So, I just really hope the fans feel where I'm coming from and they can ride with me on this one. One thing we cannot deny is that they were very close. So close that some people even speculated that something romantic was going on. I know that Missy has said that their friendship was like a sisterhood, and Missy looked at Aaliyah as her baby sister. But I have seen threads suggesting that there may have been something romantic going on there. Basically, in online threads and fan discussions, some people claim there may have been more to their connection than just friendship. And whispers of a possible romantic undertone between Missy and Aaliyah have circulated in corners of the internet, with speculation fueled by their closeness, the way Missy always spoke about her, and the undeniable chemistry fans picked up on in interviews and behind-the-scenes footage. Of course, nothing of that sort has ever been confirmed. It remains pure speculation, but the rumors refuse to die down. Some fans even argue that Missy's emotional tributes over the years come from a place deeper than friendship. I never got any vibes that anything other than platonic was going on, to be honest. But it looks like some people are convinced that there was more. Well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that if there's one person who has posted a bunch of tributes for Aaliyah since she died, it's Missy Elliott. For instance, in 2002, Missy described Aaliyah as her little sister, saying, "Our relationship went beyond the work we did together. We felt we had created a new sound, but it wasn't like we just did records and that was it. It was more of a family vibe than just work. We could tell each other anything. In 2018, she also remembered Aaliyah in a post saying, "Aaliyah, baby girl, I can only imagine how great you would be today, winning Oscars and creating music that would be in the year 2050 and setting all kinds of fashion trends and all the things you did while you were here with us. But most of all, spreading love is what you always were about. Your fans have worked diligently in holding you down, and your mom and brother are keeping your legacy alive. We miss you. And to those that knew you or your music, know that you will always be a 1 in a million. Rest peacefully, angel baby girl." Again, in January 2023, she also gave a shout-out to Aaliyah on what would have been her 44th birthday, writing, "You will forever be the blueprint of what it means to step outside the box musically in creating new style and fashion and a natural at acting and being great at them all. The world will always feel your impact and love you shared forever." Also on what would have been her 46th birthday in 2025, Missy also wrote, "Baby girl, the impact that you have left in the years you spent here with the world is undeniable. Leaving generations to know your name, Aaliyah, they continue to learn of your unique music, original style, and glowing personality. You will never be forgotten." Now here's the thing. Every time Missy posts something about Aaliyah, she's always hit with the same questions. Some fans claimed the two didn't even like each other, while others press harder, wanting to know why they supposedly fell out and whether those rumors were true. A few even push further, asking if Missy is ever going to address the whispers that she knows what happened to Aaliyah. Okay, about them not being on speaking terms. Here's what Jenny had to say, which is that by the time Aaliyah passed, she was not on speaking terms with him, Missy, and Timbaland. Unfortunately, we weren't talking when she passed. CW wasn't talking to Timbaland, or I think her and Missy fell out as well. Now with Timbaland, people have speculated that their fallout probably had something to do with him wanting to be Aaliyah's man. And he has actually said a few times that he was madly in love with her. Like in a 2011 episode of Et True Hollywood Story, Timbaland admitted he was intimately attracted to Aaliyah when they first met. But the problem is that they were introduced during the creation of Aaliyah's sophomore studio album, 1 in a Million, which she began recording at the age of 16 at the time. And Timbaland was 23. First men. Aaliyah, it's time for the world to hear this. I'm going to give up a little secret. I was in love with her, I said, but I'm not. She's just a baby. I'm old. I said to myself, I'm just going to be her brother. Oh man, I was fighting. And I was fighting a lot of big war, but I loved Aaliyah. I mean, he also admitted to marrying his wife because she resembled Aaliyah, saying, "When I first met my wife, I knew I was going to marry her because she looked like Aaliyah." In addition, Timbaland has also said himself that he wished he was on better terms with Aaliyah in the weeks leading up to her death. I tell you like this. The thing really bothers me the most about the live with the death, we just got in an argument and I never really got to say I'm sorry. For her part, Missy hasn't said much, but we know the situation was the same. We've just never figured out what was going on and why they refused to address it, which is why some say that they believe they probably know what happened to Aaliyah. Guys, I know we've been through this a few times, but what happened was that on August 22nd, Aaliyah flew to Miami to film dance routines on a green screen set for the Rock the Boat music video, which was being directed by Hype Williams. And the first red flag has always been how Hype suddenly decided to move the shoot to the Bahamas. No one really knows why Hype changed his mind at the last minute and insisted on shooting the video in the Bahamas when Miami had everything they needed. And because of that, a lot of people have always speculated that Hype Williams probably knew that there was a plot to Annalie. It was also a well-known fact that Aaliyah was terrified of flying.